What if I told you that your Canva website could look 10 times more professional with just a few simple tweaks and clicks? In this video, I'm sharing my top 10 best Canva website design tips and tricks that will take your Canva website to the next level. Honestly, these tips are so good that people will be shocked that you made a website on Canva. To make things easy and visual for this video tutorial, I will be demonstrating all of these Canva website design tips and tricks on my new multi-page Canva website templates for real estate agents. And if you would like to check them out, I will link them in the description box down below, because you already know if you want to be my bestie, shop my templates on Etsy or partner with me at eXp Realty. Just saying. Now let's start with point number 1. Some people have beef with Canva's navigation menu, probably because it's not the most pretty, but honestly, I don't have a problem with it because it gets the job done. So if I go into preview here, I just want to show you really quickly two things. You want to make sure that you have include navigation menu toggled on. I have it in this purple checkbox there. And as you see here, this is the navigation at the top. And again, we are in the new Canva multi-page website doc type. And in this design, I have multiple pages. So if I click over to services, it's going to take me to that page and then take me into this page if I click on that, and you get the idea. Now, in order to make the navigation here up at the top, you want to go in and label your pages. Now, again, this is the multi-page design because on the first page here, which is the home page, if we scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll notice add a section. Previously in the single page Canva website doc type, it said add a page, but now the add a page button is located over here. Now, if you go into the grid preview, what you'll notice is that now every single page here needs to be labeled. And if you were to add a additional page here, and you didn't label it, so right now this is page 9. Previously, before, we could leave pages unnamed, but they would still be part of our website because it was part of the section and not a page. So what you'll notice now is if we keep page 9 here and leave it unlabeled, it will appear in the navigation menu at the top as page 9, which isn't very nice. So now you have to be very wary of the pages you are including into your multi-page Canva website design. But I just wanted to clarify that really quickly because I have several tutorials on my channel about how to do your navigation here, but things have changed obviously because Canva has moved over to this multi-page Canva website design. So as of the recording of this video, we are still not able to actually add our logo to the Canva navigation menu. So my workaround for that is this. So right now I have what I consider the header, and this is basically just a section which I have shrunk down into this size here, and I have just given it a gradient background based on the color profile of this design here. Now what you see here is two different logos. I have two because one is a personal logo, and being an agent with eXp Realty, you obviously need to have your brokerage logo there. But if you don't want the two logos on the side, what I recommend is to actually put in a profile logo GIF. And what I mean by that, if I go into my uploads, I have this GIF here that I made on Canva, and I would put this directly in the center. I would delete these icons here, and obviously I would go in and put this header as the header of all of my pages here, but for the sake of this example, let's just say I did that. And then again, I would put the profile logo header in the center there because really it's a great way to consolidate all of your logos together and have your profile picture there. So if you want to learn how to make this on Canva, I do have a separate tutorial which I will link in the cards above and in the description box down below. And one more thing I would do is I would also hyperlink this logo to the home page. So if you click on the logo here, locate the 3 dots there, go down and find, where are you? I guess we can't. That's my bad. I don't think we can hyperlink a GIF. Interesting, but we can hyperlink a logo here. So let me show you really quickly here. Let me undo this. Let me delete the link here. So alternatively, since we're not able to hyperlink this GIF here, which is a bummer, what I would do instead is again have those two logos or just a single logo for you if you want it just directly in the center. I would click on this logo here and then you'll see the three dots. Scroll down and you'll find the link here. And what I've done in this case is I've hyperlinked this logo to the home page, which is page 1. You can see here pages in this document, so page 1 of this design here, and just hit done. That way, if we go into preview, firstly you'll see this logo here. That's my workaround. But if we go to, I believe that was the about page here, because this is technically page 2, if I click on the logo, it should take me back to the home page. So there you go, a simple quick trick that I use to make my navigation a little more pretty. Sorry for the interruption, let me drop this introduction. I sell Canva templates on Etsy for my real estate agent besties. Scan this code here to shop, or scan this code here to learn how you can get all of my templates for free. As always, links are in the description box down below. Like and subscribe for the good vibes, and let's get back to the video. Now, this little tip is fun because if you are into personal branding and you really want to hone in on that, then personalized GIFs are the way to go, and you can make them on Canva. But let me show you really quickly here how I would use them. And yes, I do have a tutorial on how to make your own GIFs with Canva, which I will link in the cards above and in the description box down below. So I'm going to select this one here. Let me fix my mouse really quickly here. This one here, I'm going to click this one here because I am pointing down, and what I want to do is put it behind the search homes button here. So I'm just going to size myself accordingly, just like that, just for fun. So I'm telling people, click this button here to search homes, and there's a shortcut to move elements, and it was actually, for me, it's command left bracket. So one of those things. Or again, you can go to the three dots there and you can go into the layers tab and then bring forward and then right here. So I sent it backwards. So for me, that was command left bracket, in case you wanted to know. And that's what I would do. And you can also make this fun. So if we, let's see if I can do this. I'm going to click on my GIF. I'm going to hold the shift key and click on the search home buttons. And then I'm going to group that together and I'm going to animate this. Give this a rise. So that when we go into the preview, if we scroll down fast enough, right there, you saw that? I came up. And essentially this page here, if I'm not mistaken, should be linked to my listings page here. So if I click on this, let's go ahead and make that bigger. It's going to take me into that page. So that's just a fun little way to get people to click onto this button here in order to go to a different page. You see that? Isn't that cute? Now, personally, I am a big proponent of video for real estate, and I highly encourage the partners that are partnered with me at eXp Realty to pursue video, and that is doing YouTube. And one of the fun things you can do with Canva is actually embed a video directly onto your design, just like this. So here I have a quick about section on the homepage of my design, and I'm going to take my channel trailer and embed it onto this page here. Now I'm going to go into my YouTube channel here. This is my channel trailer. I'm just going to go and grab the link here. We're going to go back into the design, and it's very simple. Just right click and paste. And boom, bang, there you go. Size this accordingly. Now, the reason why I love video is because most often people are lazy and they don't want to read. They would much rather watch a video and learn about who you are. And I believe that it creates a faster, trust to know connection, which is a faster way to get people to work with you, and obviously a faster way to then make money. You catch my drift? So let's go into the preview here. And if we scroll down to this page here, we can go ahead and click on this. If you're a real estate agent and you found, as you can see, a playable video. Isn't that amazing? Now, when it comes to online lead generation, YouTube, prospecting, the whole gist, you need to make sure that you have a very strong call to action and make it easy for people to get in contact with you. And this is what I've done for one of my pages on this multi-page Canva website. So here I have a buyer's guide and a seller's guide page here. They are basically similar, but if someone clicks on this button here, book a free strategy call, it will bring them down to this page here, and you can see that I have a Calendly widget. This allows whoever to see this to book a call into my calendar based on my availability, and this reduces the back and forth of ping pong conversation. So let me show you really quickly how to do this. So I'm going to be on page number 5 here in my design. I'm going to scroll down to this section, and it's really simple and easy. So I have a Chrome extension for Calendly, and all you have to do is take one of your links here. I'm going to take this one, and I'm just going to exit out of here. I'm going to click on the design, right click, and paste. And this is going to embed a interactive Calendly widget onto your design, which is amazing because now we're making it convenient and easy to book into our calls. Now I do have a video on how to use Calendly for real estate. It is a little outdated, but I still would say it is relevant, so I'll be sure to link that in the description box down below. Just be wary that the interface might look a little bit different when you are setting up your calls. We are continuing on with the theme of embedding interactive elements and widgets into our Canva design here. And here I want to embed a Google map. So you could actually put an interactive map of your office. So in this case, you want to head over to the app section here. And in here, you want to search for Google Map. Spell right. And then it's going to be this one here, and all you really do is actually just search your street address, and then you just click on the map here. Make sure you're clicked onto this page, and then click on the map, and this will just paste this directly into your design here, and you can size this up accordingly. And if I go into the preview here and we scroll down to, let's say if I click this button, it's going to bring me all the way down to my contact footer, and this is where someone can actually, interact with the map. This is also a great feature if you're doing let me show you here, where are you, a property website. So this is an example of a property listing website I have, and if we go down all the way to, let's go to location here, I have an interactive map of where that property would be, so people can have a feel and an understanding of what that area looks like. So this was a 2-in-1 kind of tip. And if you want to shop this template, I will be sure to link it in the description box down below, so be sure to check it out. The final embed trick that I have for you is what I like to call a Canva inception. And this is basically embedding a Canva design into another Canva design. So let me show you how awesome this is. So on my seller's guide page here, if I scroll down, I actually have an interactive Canva presentation. And if you click on it, this will allow whoever is coming across it to actually view this presentation live. They can also cover their mouse over the pages, or even open this up into a full screen and see the actual presentation. And if you would like to shop this presentation, I do have it as a template. I will be sure to link it in the description box down below. Now, for this example, I'm going to show you how to embed my buyer's presentation into the buyer's page, which is going to be on page 6 of my design here. Now, what you will need to do is open up your Canva presentation in another tab here. So this is my buyer presentation design. Again, if you would like to shop my buyer and seller presentations, I will link them in the description box down below, so do check that out. Now, from here, what you want to do is go up to the share button, and you want to make sure you create a public view link. Right now, I already have that activated. If you don't see it, go to see all, and you should see it within this share section. So go ahead and create your public view only link. And from here, what you are going to do is go ahead and just copy this link here, go back into your Canva website design. On this section, I'm going to click it first, then I'm going to right click, and then we are just going to hit paste. And just like that, you have a Canva inception, a design inception. Isn't that awesome? Like that. And obviously, here's some other tricks you can do. If there are certain pages on your design here that you don't want to be shown publicly, what you can do is go into the back end of the design. Let's say we, for some reason, wanted to, I don't know, hide this page here, page 21. You want to locate the 3 dots there. And you want to go down and find the hide page here. So this eye icon, and when you do that, it's going to gray it out, right? So let this refresh and make sure it's saved. So hopefully if we go into this design here and give this a refresh, let's go back into page number 6 here. And let's go ahead and go into preview and let's see how fast that will be. So let's scroll down here. And that was like probably one of my last pages. It's still there. But I promise you, when you give it time, this page won't show. You just got to give it a while. But I thought I would just show you that because you are able to hide pages of your design and not have them be seen. So give that a try and let me know how it goes in the comments. So throughout this tutorial, by now you should have seen me click on certain buttons that have taken me to very interesting places. Sometimes it's a section lower down on the page or a completely new page or even a full external link. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do all of that right now. So the first kind of embed hack that I have for you, or not embed hack, but rather URL hack, is if you scroll all the way down to the bottom in my footer section, I have a piece of text here that says back to the top. And what I've done is I've actually hyperlinked it to the first section of this page here. Now, you can do this with anything. You can label this as back to the top or back to home. So it's really up to you. But in this case, I'm just going to delete the link here. So for this is just a simple piece of text back to the top. You can even hyperlink like an up arrow element if you wanted to, but I'm just going to stick with the text here. So go ahead and click on the text. You're going to see these 3 dots here. Locate the link here. And in this case, I'm going to scroll down and look for pages in this document. We are on page 1 right now, and I want this to go all the way to section 1, which is where my logo header is. So I'm just going to hit that, and you can remove the underline, which I always do. Then I'm just going to go up to preview and test this out. So if we scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see here back to the top, and it's pulling me all the way to the top. Similarly, if I go to my about page, I've done the same thing for the back to the top button, but the only difference is that I am linking it to the top like logo header here for page 2. So let me show you really quickly so you understand what I mean. So if I go to here, you can see here, oops, I clicked on it. If I go to this edit link here, you can see that I've linked it to page 2, which is the about page section 1. Does that make sense? Yes, I hope it does. Okay, let me show you one more time so you understand. So again, page 2 in this case, because we're on page 2, and section 1, which is where my logo header is, and I just remove the underline to keep it really simple and seamless. Now let's talk about external links. So I'm going to go back to the home page of my design. And if I scroll down here, I'm going to go into my newsletter section. Now this is a call to action to subscribe to my newsletter. And what I want to do is hyperlink this button to a Flowdesk form in order to capture contact information. So let me show you an example of what a Flowdesk form looks like right over here. So this is an example of a form on Flowdesk. So what happens is when someone gives me their name and email address, Flowdesk is going to capture this information, and then I have set up a automatic email trigger to then have an email of this particular guide go off. So this is a freebie, so a lead magnet. So I'm giving away access to my buyer's guide, and I need to create an automation, which I've done with Flowdesk. So that's really long-winded, but essentially what I have done is I'm going to take the link of this form here. I know you can't see it, but I'm going to go back into my about page here. Let me just delete the link here. And what you can do is quite simply is you can select the button, and in this case I have copied the link. If I just go Command V, it should just paste over that link there. So I'm going to ungroup this, and let me go in and preview this to show you where this link is going to take us. So always make sure you test your links to make sure they go where you want them to. So I'm going to hit subscribe, and it's going to take me to this form. And if you would like to see my Flowdesk automation templates, which I do have, I will link them in the description box down below, because I have a full automation setup. So you don't have to go through the hassle of doing all those steps. You just purchase my template, download the guide, and then you are pretty much set to go. So definitely check out this email trigger template here. Because as I mentioned, if I go into one of my photos here, just to quickly show you what this looks like, you will get the form there. So you will get two sets, one for the buyer and one for the seller. You'll get a form for the buyer. Once the contact information comes in, you'll need this workflow. So this Flowdesk workflow. So basically, when a lead comes in, they'll be labeled with this label, which acts as a trigger, and once Flowdesk sees that lead come in with that specific label, it will then send off an automatic email, which is this one here, which has access to the real estate guide. So I hope that makes sense. If you thought we were done with hyperlinking, you're wrong, because this one is probably one of my new favorites. Well, because it is new. The reason why is because Canva, again, has updated the Canva website doc type to multiple pages. So now we can hyperlink a button to a different page. So as you saw earlier, when we were doing this GIF here, this button took me to a different page, which in this case is going to be this page down here. Hold on, Mr. Mouse. Let me use my arrows. This guy down here, this button is linked to page number 4. And the way we do that is, again, we have this button here. And if I wasn't clear in the beginning, all this button is literally just a rectangle. So hit R on your keyboard. You can use it as a text box, and you can change the color just like that. And then you just hyperlink it to a page or a section or an external link. All right. So once we have that, you want to click on the button there, locate to the 3 dots here, and then go down to link, and in this case pages in document, and we want to link this to page number 4. So I'm just going to click on this completely and just hit done. I'm going to remove the underline, and in this case I'm going to click and hold the shift key to grab this button here and grab this shadow here. We are going to group that together, and I just like to add in an animation for fun. Not necessary at all, but if you want to, do you. In this case now, if we go into preview, let us go down to that page, or section rather, down to that section, click search homes, and it should take us into the listings page. Fabulous. Remember how I said earlier that video is everything for real estate? Because really, video is king. And when you add these video elements to your website, it's just so good. It's just so good. So here I have, again, my newsletter call to action. And in this frame here is a screen recording of my newsletter. And this is a great way to kind of break the ice, or really set the expectation to let people know what they are opting into. So I'm going to just remove this from the frame here to show you what this is. So this is just literally a picture frame that I put on top of a mock-up of a laptop. So you can find a laptop anywhere inside the elements here. And let me see, laptop. You can find one of these. You can use a photo, anything like that. Like anything like this, you can very well go ahead and use. And then all you want to do is go back into elements, scroll down, and then just go in and find a frame here, and then you can manipulate it to the size of the screen. So that's what I did. Now in this case, you can go ahead and upload a screen recording of your newsletter into Canva. So just for the sake of this, you can import a video into this, so you can actually talk about what your newsletter is going to be about if you wanted to, or again, in this case, mine is just a no sound video. And again, with frames, you can also, if you don't want to do the video, you can just put, let's say randomly a photo into the frame as Well, in this case, as you see here, I have my screen recording of my newsletter. Now, what is important about this is you want to go ahead and click on the frame once again. You then want to go into edit here, and what you'll see here on this panel is that down here in the playback, I have play on repeat and play automatically toggled on, so that if we go into the preview and we scroll down to that section, you should see here that once we're there, it will immediately start to play and will continue to play. Obviously, if they hover their mouse over there, they can manipulate, stop it and then go through it just like that. But there you go. That is what that element looks like. I think it looks really nice and professional, especially in this mock-up. And if you want a newsletter template, you can again head over to my Etsy shop. I do have a newsletter template here that you can check out, which is that exact screen recording of this particular template. So again, this is a Flowdesk template. All you do is just a one-click install and you are set to go. Just plug and play your information and you can send this out, whether that is a weekly or bi-weekly or a monthly newsletter. Whatever you want to do, you can do it with Flowdesk. And did I mention that I'm a Flowdesk partner, which means that I can give you 50% off your first year with Flowdesk? Just use code Laressa or scan this QR code on screen or find the link in the description box down below. And finally, let's talk about animations and my do's and don'ts when it comes to adding animations to your Canva website design. Now, on this page here, which is page number 3, I have my services. Now, there are a few things that you can do. If you click on this and go into element, you can actually go into page here and animate the whole page, which would look something like that. Now, I would be wary of this because this can slow down the load time of your page per se. So instead, what I do is just animate certain components or certain elements on the page. Most often, I will animate my buttons as you saw previously on my homepage here, just so that it stands out. But again, you can also animate certain elements. So here I have 3 different blocks here, and what I'm going to do is, if you go and click on one of them and go into positions, go into layers, you can see here that I have those 3 blocks. So if I just hit this one first and then hit my shift key and hit this one, it's going to select all 3, and from here I can go into animate and I'm going to choose the rise, and that's what that page would look like. Very simple, very seamless. So if we go into preview, let's make this big, and let's say we went into one of these buttons, surfaces, it should take us to this page, and it did the thing. It did the animation, but obviously we could only see the first one. But I think just having that little bit of movement makes your website that much more professional, and it makes it seem like you didn't use Canva to make your website, right? I was almost done, but I was considering whether or not to gatekeep this little design trick. But you know what? Because you're watching this video and you went this far into the video, make sure you do give this video a thumbs up. And as a thank you, I'm going to share this fun little animation with you. So on my listings page here, I have a mock-up of my listings. And one fun thing you can do, let's say if you have a new listing, what I would do is go in and obviously pick your property here. And then I'm going to go into elements here. And what I've done is just search for new. And what I'm going to do is take this banner here, and I'm just going to size this up accordingly, so it kind of looks like it's popping out like 3D kind of, just like so. And you could leave it at that, or you can click on the element, go into animate here, and if you scroll down, you'll see add-on effects, and you can hit this flicker here. And you can choose the speed as to how fast it is flicking, something like that. And if we go into preview, go into the listings page, what you will see is this flickering new logo. I just think that it just adds a little bit of something, a little zhuzh, if you will. So let me know if you like that or not in the comments down below. If you made it to the end of this video, then you know what it is, you know what to do. Yeah, comment down below, hashtag and crew, so I know you are a real one. And if you would like to learn more about Canva websites, then check out this dedicated playlist over here. And if you're ready, get ready to click in 3, 2, 1.